That is one of my favorite pieces of walking down here, is the old piece of rail history that has multiple different eras of history in it. I think it's super cool. Little checkpoint way station. Or Boston Country. I'm gonna get a close up of that. Repulso! Crocus. Isn't through the journey piece, by the way. I decided now, whenever I need to sync audio up, instead of doing the typical clap thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the camera down at wherever the mic is, and I'm going to snap right next to it. Then that will tell me. Then immediately the camera's going to point back up to me or whatever it is, and boom. Oh, now I smell it. Why not? See how this looks though when it's darker lighting. It looks okay. May not be exact, but it works. Yeah, that place smells pretty ripe, as you'd expect. You get it to want to focus that close, interestingly. These kind of videos will be just as much of documentation of my progress and journey. See those egrets? Look at all those egrets! Oh my god, there's a whole flock of egrets. It's going to be just as much of a documentation of, I see a heron too. Just as much documentation as of my journey and my experience learning and doing this and getting more comfortable with being on camera and commentating and stuff like that, because let me tell you, it's an adjustment and it's a unique way to do it, because I'm mostly past my social anxiety these days, but there's still sometimes a little bit that'll pop up. So you'll probably hear and see that sometimes. But it's alright. It's only one way to figure out how to work it and progress. I also got a lot of different lighting, so it's like I'd have to keep adjusting the ISO and the exposure value as the lighting of things are different and change. So that's just also just as much learning for me that you're going to notice throughout the videos as I make more of these. So, something I didn't account for happened to be the fact that, probably kind of dumbly, stupidly, I spaced the fact that obviously when it's that many months later and it's the middle of summer, the sun's position is going to be in a very different spot. And then I also didn't account for or think about how much all the shrubbage and all that has grown. So, and how dry some of the marshlands have gotten. So as a result, I might have made an error. Because it's actually probably a little bit too late now. Like, it's definitely too late to be able to see snakes sunbathing on the path, because trees, grasses, sun position. But you make the most of what you got. And let me tell you, it's gorgeous. So why the heck would I complain? That's a better shot of these guys. There's one thing for sure that I'm thankful as hell for, and that's the fact they at least have an outhouse, because if you have to go pee for a really long time like I have, there's no way you're not going to seize that opportunity right there. Oh. I've been waiting for the right day for me to be able to take the Max down to the Robertson Tunnel, which is, of course, Washington Park's stop / Oregon Zoo. I want to be able to do that because of the fact that that way I can actually show you guys all of the different things you can do, whether as a family or for kids that you're taking care of or babysitting or whatever else, or for yourself or for you and friends or whatever else, or people who are visiting. There's so many opportunities that is literally right there, like a hub, that you can go take advantage of if you take the train there. I want to be able to make multiple different videos showcasing each of those things, or at least some of them, and I want to actually specifically, and I plan to, go to the zoo on a Tuesday, because Tuesdays they always have a discount for taking Max to the zoo. But on top of that, from what I have heard, and I want to confirm it, and if I can, then I want to use it in that video as well, is that, from what I've heard, is that the Oregon Zoo apparently also has a discount, for a pretty large discount, for people who are on SNAPs benefits, so food stamps, and also, and/or state health care. And if you have the proof to show them that, then you can get a steep discount entry into the zoo if you have that along with it. So actually you can stack 2 different discounts on top of each other at the zoo and get, therefore, a really big discount that instead of paying however God knows how much it is probably at least, I'm going to assume, like $26 for an adult. I'm assuming it's more like probably 30, 34 for an adult now. So already the Max discount's great, but then you actually get another discount if you also have that benefit, in the sense of having state or federal benefits. That's really helpful. And so I figured that would be also a perfect opportunity to be able to do that and go to the zoo, so I can showcase that to you and then showcase you the zoo as one of the many opportunities you have, and also to be able to have such a big savings, so that, especially if you have a family or whatever, at least you yourself can get a big discount. And I think that's a really valuable thing to showcase. While I'm at it, I might as well say it because it's kind of on the topic, even though it's off topic for the showcasing of this gorgeous place, is that, look at that sunset though. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that bastard. At least it doesn't burn your eyes on a video, does it? It doesn't. So, on that topic though, of that kind of my plans for the future, things are starting to look way up for me. Even though I'm nearly 30 years of age, I've tried super hard to be able to figure out what it is I need and I want to do with my life. And I know I really want to do this, and I want to build this channel, everything like this, as much as I can, especially the outdoors stuff and things like this, and be able to actually make videos like this one, and the ones I mentioned that I want to make, like at the zoo area, so that I can open up a lot of doors for a lot of people, whether they're planning on moving here, they just moved here, maybe they've lived here their entire lives, or for a few years, or they're just looking for something to do that they haven't done yet, or a place to visit that they haven't done yet. And if they were, especially if they rely on transit or want to take the transit system, then these are the ways that you can get there, and show you how quick and easy it is to obtain the ability to go there via the transit service and actually enjoy these different places along specifically the Max Blue Line. That said, it's looking really up in the sense that, of course, right now I'm restricted to TriMet as well, because I'm also relying on that and my own 2 feet to get around. And again, I haven't really had anything, successful in my life yet. So that means, of course, when I say the Oregon Zoo thing, obviously the only way I can showcase that, especially if the food stamp / healthcare thing is true, is because I would have that, and I do, both of them. So that would enable me to prove that there's that discount to you guys and show you it, and then be able to show you what kind of a great time you can have at the zoo, an example, and the fun things you can see there. But with that said, the reason why it's looking up is because as of recently, things have been really changing really rapidly, beyond almost anybody in my family's beliefs. It just kind of, like, things are falling into place basically for us, seemingly coincidentally, and that includes me. That's why it's looking up, because of the fact that I should probably have this near me, but that was probably very high quality. So I actually have really a really good opportunity at my hands to be able, it's looking up to be able to actually work out here probably within the next few months at most, to be able to actually have my own car. So basically get glasses, because I desperately need those. That's one reason why I also have never had a car. Be able to have the funds to actually go get my learner's permit, so I can then learn how to drive a car, and then get the license, get the car. And of course, a car is like extreme liability in the sense of how expensive they are to maintain and to take care of, and the insurance, and the phone. See, my phone was slipping, so I said the phone. The car itself, I mean, like, it's not great. Obviously, I'm going to go for a used car that I know is very reliable, but, you know, it's still a huge expense. But that's looking up, because that opens up so many doors, especially for this channel and the content. So then I can go out and do catch, clean, cooks. I can go fishing pretty much wherever I want, whenever I want. I can go to, you know, do camping and hiking and cinematics out in the mountains or the coasts or whatever else. I can do all these things and share those experiences with you, which is the ultimate goal. I want to be able to share those exact things with you guys. Oh my God. And it's just looking up and up and up, higher and higher, seemingly as time wears on. And so here pretty soon, I should be taking the first steps forward in that direction, and then being able to go further with that. That said, my plan is to be able to at least part-time do DoorDash. That's basically my plan, to be able to have my first income of my life properly, my first job of my life properly, but be able to do it as something that I know I'd be incredible at. I'd be incredible at it because of the fact that pretty much my entire life, I'm kind of known as a human map, because I don't need GPS. I don't need an actual map, because once I've been to a place once, I don't have to go down each of the streets or see the scene, what it looks like or anything. My brain just automatically like gets a big download, and then I perpetually have the map of that lay of that land and that area forever in my brain, and it never fades and never goes out. It never changes. And so it doesn't matter how long I haven't been to a place, once I return there again, I immediately know my way around. And I know the back roads and everything else too, which is super helpful for that kind of a job. So I'd be able to do really quick, easy trips, unlike a lot of people who probably, as usual, especially my generation, would rely on freeway systems and things like that, and the main thoroughfares. So I'm happy that I'm going to be able to have the opportunity. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so since I set my own hours, that means that, you know, I do that as much as I can, as much as I want to, as much as I need to, but then I also have as much free time as I need to when I want to, and be able to go make videos for you guys here on this channel. Because of course this is the main focus for me right now, is this channel. Because I have multiple channels, this is the one that I'm focusing on the most, because this is the one I have the passion for, this is the one I really want to do, and I want to grow, and I want to build and the community with, and share with you all these awesome experiences. No matter if Murphy has his way with me or not during one of those videos, it's, as you've seen before, it's a lot of fun anyway. It's just really perspective. And so, yeah, it's a beautiful thing how things are looking up and up and up. So just want to share that a bit of information with you, especially considering this is this Sunday's video. I've missed the last 2 Sundays because of the fact I haven't been out to be able to record for various reasons. Whether it was the record heat we had, 114 we got to on Monday. Salem got to 117, which is actually the exact same high temperature, record high, that Las Vegas, Nevada, and the Sonoran Desert has. What? Temperate rainforest versus an actual arid landscape and desert. How does that work? So yeah, no, that was rough, because that's one of my problems and challenges with this channel, especially during summertime, is I am very easily heat exhaustible. I'm very heat sensitive. So as a result, especially in the sun, and when I'm moving, it's so much worse. So as a result, it puts a challenge on me to be able to continuously produce videos for this channel because of that during the summer. So that's why one of the reasons why I wasn't able to make videos recently for the channel. So just wanted to let you guys know that. And there's been a few other reasons too, obviously main life reasons, because of various changes and things that have been happening, because there's been so much change and all of that recently in my life, and basically my entire family's life recently. So it's just something that I really wanted to also update you guys on as well. All of that out of the way though, we're obviously back in the swing of things. So hopefully things are going to stay that way. And now it's time for me to shut up and be able to show you some beautiful cinematic shots. Maybe even a time-lapse sunset? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for now, we'll see you at the end. By the way, this is also the very first time I've properly tested and used this microphone, this external mic, lapel mic that's actually specifically made for this camera. So both you and I are going to find out how the audio quality of this microphone is together.
I think it's actually very valuable and important, and I've known this pretty much my entire life, is to toy with angles, subjects, and even lighting a little bit, but especially angles. If you can get a unique perspective on any subject matter with your camera, whether it's taking a picture or in this case recording, it's really good because it helps you really, you know, pop out and separate yourself from that of the rest of the crowd. What is predictable, what people would expect to see from people and would in fact automatically think to do, including people who have been through schools for this kind of thing, because of course they teach certain cliches and certain things that have been in practice for the longest time. One of the things that seems it's never taught and never spoken of is these unique like perspectives and angles, and even unique subjects with those all tied together. It can really separate you from the rest of the pack and make it stand out, and it also can really give an amazingly more, I guess you could say, intricate, intimate, close in, personable perspective to those who weren't there with you, who are watching a video specifically in that case. In even more so if you have a good enough mic where, say, it's in this place where it's super serene and it's a high enough quality microphone where it catches the breeze and the rustling of the grasses and the plants' life and some of the birds chirping and everything. And instead of somebody talking over it like me right now, you would actually be able to hear that, and you would be remiss not to be immersed into the reality of exactly what it was like to be there in whoever's shoes it was that recorded it, in this case me. So you could actually get a very raw, real, accurate, unfiltered, legitimate feeling going through you exactly what it was like to be there. Super serene, relaxing, peaceful, quiet, amazing, just like the right temperature. This is maybe slightly warmer for me, but for most people that was perfect. And yeah, so it sets the scene, and it's like absolutely awesome. And again, it breaks up the traditional shots, especially in things like vlogs or whatever else, or anything else that is something like what I've done here, or what I did with the main video here on this to this video, the main counterpart, of course.
I just love like the looks of some of these older houses. It looks so awesome. She kind of reminds me a little bit of something that would be in Woodland, Washington. So down right up. Yeah. Here's a challenge to see if we can make it in time to the Hatfield Government Center Max station before before the battery dies. We're real close, so real close. Let's see what happens. Especially old KFC bucket things. They actually used to spin, of course. I remember those things from when I was a kid. It's actually kind of cool to see something that from my childhood just like that. Not just the sign, but the big bucket. Always used to spin slowly. Usually was especially the case on places like alongside of freeways and highways, interstates, you know. There's the big spinning bucket. Wait. Always watch the lights. Boom. I kind of wish it would still spin though. It'd be kind of cool. Thinking back to when I was like 3, TGI Fridays still existed as an actual restaurant that like only half mentally deranged people went to, or people that were literally didn't have any other choice because they went to Reno, Nevada for a religious convention. not me and my family. I don't know what you're talking about. Actually, you know what? I feel like there's a lot more fast food restaurants back then too, in like around the Y2K era. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure there was, at least along interstates and stuff. It doesn't seem like there's remotely as many anymore. At least not out here, the more metropolitan areas. Now, once again, can we make it? That's the question. Before the battery dies. Mighty close. Literally a block away. Well, technically 2 blocks, but heard nothing. This is weirdly fun for me. Tweet. Oswald. How the heck did it sound like that? Just U-turn. So I wonder if somebody was coming in for their shift. This fire department's cool. It's like the old memorabilia you have in it. I have an old fire engine. New stuff. I actually like the ones with the big fronts, of course. They look far superior to the flat nose ones, which actually still look older though. This is also the only modern, like, something out of City Skylines modern fire department I've ever seen in my life. It's so cool! Hello.
I actually have that shirt.
Yeah. It's a Goodwill Special.
You already know.
right. Sliver of life left in this thing.